Oh.
We back.
Okay, let's get this shit started. We're back. Yo, check this out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of NuffSaidTuSabe, episode number 11. Okay, so we got me, the host, Biggie Barber. I'm hosting tonight. We got June. We got a special guest, so I want to introduce everybody first. The originals. We got June hosting. We got Bob. He's back. He got I think an ass infection or something. The Lakers lost. I don't know what his excuse was from last weekend, but welcome back. We missed you. I love you. It's all fun and games. Yeah. That's for life. And we got a special guest, man. We got G. The stockman, the polo assassinated, my boy, my homie. We got you as a special guest today, man. Appreciate you coming through. Thank you for blessing us with your appearance, man. We are missing Nana.
Thanks for asking me.
Right now,
for by the way,
unknown reasons, but they will be back hopefully next episode. Go ahead.
Yeah, and by the way, G, he's the creator of the logo that you see there. The logo that comes out in the beginning. Hey, appreciate it, man. That shit looks nice.
Yes, sir. Yeah, ain't there for y'all, man. Y'all my people.
Thank you for that. Much love. Salud to everybody. Woo. And enough said. Let's get this shit started, man. So we're gonna jump into
Let's get it popping.
Let's get it popping. Bob, I want to get this shit popping because the 2 months before this shit, man, you talk the most shit out of anybody about the Lakers as being garbage.
The most shit.
No defense. We're not gonna win. Too much. How are you gonna distribute the ball? How are you gonna do this? We're like on a 11-1 win streak right now, and the Lakers are 1-4 in the last 5 games, I believe, or something like. Y'all lost to the Suns.
Hey, the Suns are like
I know you're missing AD.
You know what I mean?
So not compared to the Lakers. The Lakers should have annihilated them. Hey, come on, man. I don't want to hear about give them props. Nah, you got the Lakers. You got LeBron, the best player in the game, second to KD, in my opinion. But that's just me. So let's talk about what's happening in the NBA right now. What's up with your Lakers, first of all, before I talk about my winning Nets.
Ain't nothing changed but the weather, man. We're still championship bound. Greatness in the making, you know what I'm talking about? So
greatness in the
making. You gotta worry about the Jazz and the Suns.
The only thing that changes the lineups, bro. That's it. We are struggling right now. You do know the AD is out.
Struggle bus.
Schroeder.
That is your defense. AD is your defense.
Schroeder,
it shows.
He makes an impact on offense and on defense. And Schroeder too.
Absolutely.
We got Schroeder back, and we're winning.
AD's the best player on your team.
AD, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Of course. Yeah. I mean, anybody that says that LeBron James is.
With respect to LeBron, of course, but
I think we're going in a tough stretch right now. I think that once the playoffs start, we'll be healthy, and I think we'll be ready to roll. But man, we play with like 8 players against the Suns. And the Suns lost Devin Booker like early because he got
no excuses.
No,
play that clip. No excuses. No excuses.
No excuses. We gotta
Big up
have
to
to
Holly,
beat.
man.
No excuses.
Big up Holly.
So, I mean, Junjun, what do you think? What do you think about the Lakers, Nets, or just the NBA in general? If you want
Man.
to speak on that.
Well, so the Lakers ain't the same team as they were last year. They lose a lot of key players, and it shows once that like AD is out, and it shows how much they need to be healthy going into post All-Star game and all that stuff, because that's when the heat comes in, is after All-Star game, is like when everybody's paying attention and trying to get to your slots or whatever. But yeah, they'll make the playoffs, but will they be the championship team that I thought they would make it? From the beginning of the year, that I thought, I did say Lakers and Nets, and that's still to this day. I still kind of want to see that for it to be the finals, but I don't know, man. If without AD, and I know he's gonna come back in about a couple weeks or something like that, right?
Out 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
2.5 more weeks, I think.
I mean,
No, but it's like weird.
G, what you got?
It's like weird imagery though. Like AD would be the neck, right? LeBron be the head.
Right.
I mean, the head makes everything think, but wherever the neck goes is where where the head's looking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So him being out, the head could still make you go forward, still move the legs and shit. But where's that going? Is that going up or is it going down?
Exactly.
We'll see what happens.
How far can they go with a broken neck, basically?
Yeah, I'm not, and I'll tell you right now, without AD, I'm not picking them to win the West. Them being my team, we do need AD to win the championship. I can tell you that right now. Without him, I don't think we'll get there. And I got to give it up to you, Biggie. The Nets are playing fucking hella basketball.
That's what the team is based around.
The Nets. I'll give it up to you.
Think the Nets can sustain it though? Think the Nets will sustain it?
Absolutely. If they stay healthy, yes. Now,
if they stay healthy,
defense is going to come into play in the playoffs, of course. But the thing is, they are the highest scoring team in the NBA. They're not the best team in the NBA, but with the lack of defense, who's going to stop? We played against defense. We swept the West Coast. With the defenses we played there, and they're top notch, and we've beat them. I mean, what more do you want? What do you want to improve? I mean, they're just that's without AD. At the end
of the day, a win is to win, right? I get that, but the game slows down a lot in the playoffs, and I give it up. I'm saying, giving you mad respect right now. Y'all are winning. Y'all are beating good teams. Some of those teams are a little injured, and they are missing some key pieces on them. So y'all are winning, and winning always cures everything, right? So, y'all are ranked like 27, 28, 27.
We beat you.
I still think that defense need to play better. So
that's all right. That's all right. But we beat y'all with no KD. We had no AD. We had no KD. So it was even. It was even game.
What happened with that?
We were just the better team.
Spurs game.
Yeah, what happened with the Spurs game too? They thought they had us. The Spurs don't want none of this. Spurs are not even contenders, man. They're just a playoff-bound team. They're looking good, but they're not a contender.
They need.
Everybody knows that. DeRozan's mediocre at best this season. Murray's doing his thing. I give props to Murray. Murray
he has no dribbles.
He's not that guy's going to take you to a chip.
They got a lot of they got a lot of good role players, but they need DeMar can't do it all.
Aldridge trash.
They're lacking.
Yeah, DeMar Rose is an average player at best.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think DeMar.
My opinion,
I don't think DeMar is an average player. I mean, obviously in the market that he's in with the Spurs, he don't really get that much.
He needs help.
Exposure, but I mean, he's still.
Did you watch the Nets game? Did you watch the Nets game? Did you watch the Nets game against the Spurs?
So you're gonna base it based off of one game? Come on, that's. I mean,
he's better than average.
One game, so
choice shots.
He's better than average.
Kind of suspect.
They definitely need. They need. I think they need a point guard, bro. Like,
he needs help.
Yeah, I think that there was.
But they got a winning record.
No, I mean I know, but they could jump that winning record. Like if they get somebody like Bradley Beal that I was telling you guys, I think if they get Bradley Beal,
Wouldn't make a
someone
difference.
like that at shooting guard that can shoot
Wouldn't make a
threes,
difference.
I think it would. But, I mean,
I think they need a
dude
couple more
averages like 35
pieces.
points a game. How can
But
he
yeah.
not make a difference? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, he wouldn't make a difference. Not on the Spurs. Maybe I think, in my opinion, and like I told Bob last season, the bubble takes a lot on people, and I don't see Miami going back to the final. I think that was a fluke. I don't see Denver doing what they did in the bubble in a regular season such as this season. I don't see that shit happening, coming back 3 games twice. I don't see that shit happening, and I don't see the Clippers fucking up in the playoffs like they did last year. I think they'll be more attentive, they'll be more hungry, and they'll do a lot better. And the Lakers are just a shoo-in. They knew what to do, man. It was a shoo-in for the Lakers to win last year, in my opinion. That's just me. And for them to face the Heat out of all people in the East, they're not even the best team in the East.
So it
They
was
won out though, but they won out though.
I mean, they played with no crowd, right? So you can't say they had a home court advantage.
You ever been locked up? You ever been locked up and you know it worked and did your best at your job? You probably go crazy if you were locked up doing your job, like you couldn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
I know with doing my job, I probably would, but if I was playing basketball and getting paid for it,
it's like now in the pandemic. We're all locked up.
We're all locked up.
No, I'm just saying. No. I'm saying like locked up. Nah, but you could go outside. You could go to the grow. These guys couldn't go out the bubble, and if they did, they had to come back and go through a process. It was. Come on, man. It wasn't just like they can go outside and come back.
They couldn't bring
That's
people.
a different kind of bubble, man. Like,
True, I understand that, but guess what? You pay me millions of dollars.
Family,
send my ass to the moon.
Families, like,
I'll be good.
Yeah, no, I agree. You get paid. Shut up and play.
Did you think Did you think that impacted some players though? Like,
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. And do you think that impacted some players? Do you think that impacted some players to step up and play better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Bob. Mentally, yes. That's what I'm telling
you. Miami Heat. You just spoke about the Miami Heat. Well, nobody expected them to get there, right? But
that's true.
Them being there.
No, somebody had to. I mean, I'm not knocking them for going. I'm just saying they couldn't do it in the regular season. There's no way in hell they would have done that in the regular season without a bubble. That's just me. That's my opinion. And you can't yes, to me, it fucked with a lot of people's mental.
Yeah.
Even LeBron said it. Like, he was talking about being in the bubble and how it fucks with him emotionally and mentally. Man, that's just tough, Bob. If you ain't never been locked up, I went to Iraq. I couldn't see nobody.
No. And
for
I'm not saying
months.
that. In fact,
that drives me crazy. Like you can't.
True, but at the same time, though, it probably did help some people. Though I think it helped some people that have distractions, right? And they're not,
of course,
or that maybe they take care of a lot of people with their money, right? So at that point, they were able to just like put all that shit aside
and
focus on basketball.
No, but
and
everybody's different, G.
And
that's the
right.
Some people
right. But I think,
but I'm saying, but for the majority, I'm sure it fucked with them mentally. Honestly, that's my opinion. I think it did because people are more.
I think it was a majority.
Fuck with them in the head. Honestly, I think so. Yeah. Even LeBron, even though they won, I still think the Lakers. A lot of them they had to overcome it. It takes a lot to overcome it.
Well, yeah. Have you
never been locked up or away
from
your family for a long period of time?
So do you think that was tougher than a regular season?
Mentally, yes. Not the way, but it's not fair to say that they won fairly either. Because I mean, they got the chip. I give them that. They won the chip. No problem with that. I have no. But I'm just saying mentally, yes. It fucked with everybody differently.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm trying to understand your point.
I mean, no, I'm saying they could have, but I mean, they won. I'm not. You don't have to look too far into my point. It's just I just think being in a bubble just mentally could fuck with you, and it affects everybody differently. That's all I'm saying. And like the Lakers won, they won. It is, but I'm sure I fuck with the Lakers too. But come on, man, there's Clippers going out like that, and Denver they're coming back 3.
I mean, the Clippers are playing the same way they're playing
who the fuck would have had? Who would have had the Heat in the finals last year if it was a regular season? Not me.
I mean,
all of Miami. All of Miami.
The Dan Levitard show.
All of Florida. All of Florida.
The Dan Levitard show. All of Florida.
Dan Levitard. Yo, Poppy would have had it, right?
I'm just saying, but
Papi would have had him there too.
But look, this season is gonna be different because they actually get to travel. They get to travel this year. They're going to different cities. Their mind is a little bit. They're freer. You know, they're not locked up.
Yeah.
They can, you know,
It's
they can go out
easier.
and eat dinner somewhere in different cities and kind of unwind and visit people.
There's a lot of
This year's
distractions.
gonna be the test, man.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing, to just go back around with the whole situation. Mentally, it's going to be difficult on most, I think, but it's how you use that to. A lot of people, all they could do is get better playing basketball because they didn't have those distractions. So the only focus was basketball when you know you're not used to not being around your family or not being around people or stuff like that. You know, people are gonna react a different way. Some people it'll mess up with their head because they're just away from everything and they think, man, when is this gonna end? And days get longer, hours get longer, and you know, and all of that. You know, so yeah, I think it was good for some, but at the same time, it's mentally it can drain you. Enough said.
Let's go. Don't ever talk shit about the Nets again this year, Robert. I don't want to hear it no more. Let's just
wait till the playoffs. Wait till the playoffs, and we're gonna discuss this after the playoffs.
We already played you, and we beat you. I don't want to hear it.
So,
wait, and when we have KD and you have AD, that's gonna be the best. I want to beat you up. Don't worry about it.
We'll talk about the
finals. We'll find out about the finals.
There you go.
Yes, absolutely. Enough said. Let's go. So moving on, we're gonna keep it in the sports Terror Dome. We got Canelo, the fight. If anybody saw it, what do you guys think? I'm gonna keep it short and brief. I think it was just trash. It was a second fight, like in 3 months, and he has another fight coming up in another 2 months. I think it's all about the money. There's no entertainment in it. I mean, it's like watching Hulk Hogan beat up the Brooklyn Brawl in wrestling back in 1992, 93.
Hey man,
we already know who's gonna win. I mean, what?
I like the Brooklyn.
You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys? What do you got? G, I'm gonna give it to you, our special guest today. What do you think about the fight? And I mean, would you even pay? I mean, to actually watch another kind of fight 2 months down the line when he's gonna fight?
First of all, I don't pay for any of these fights. Period. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I would have been highly. I'd have been highly upset if I paid for that damn fight. Look, I get it. You know, the dude, he fought some guy who was outclassed, outmatched, and underperformed. You know what I'm saying?
Partner.
I mean, it was like, you know, back in the day, Roy Jones used to beat up these dudes left and right too, right? But it's just one of those like tune-ups, or for something bigger, I'm sure. Yeah. But man, like the dude. First of all, what got me upset was this: they hyped the guy up as the fighting pride of Turkey, right? Yo, he has a country behind him. I was like, word, like he's gonna come out hopefully, you know, hype because he got a country behind him.
Yeah,
and this dude gave up on.
You get that pride.
right. You know what I'm saying? No, he quit on the bench, on the stool. I was like, get out of here, man. And you know what? And that's not Canelo's fault either, though. That's not Canelo's fault. But I mean, I think they knew what they were doing. That shit was garbage time.
All right, yeah. I mean, I agree with you. They know what they were doing. So, I mean, Junjun, what is your perspective? Did you find it anywhere enjoyable, or was it like
I'll keep it short and sweet.
Disappointing or next?
It wasn't. Hey, I you know what? And to be honest, I completely forgot about the fight because until that day, I think G you texted the fight night or whatever. So I started looking up. I was like, oh shit, Canelo's fighting tonight. But then when I saw who he's fighting, I was like, who is this guy? It's not anybody really important. So yeah, I watched it the following day, just the highlights and stuff like that. I didn't watch it that night because I wasn't I wasn't that hyped about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually bought it. I ain't gonna lie. But then again, you guys know that I'm a huge boxing aficionado. So, my 2 cents on it. He was the number one contender. Yeah, he was the number one.
You need to find a way to watch it for free.
Yeah, he was the number one contender, right? And he had to fight him. The belt that he won from Colin Smith in the Alamo Dome, they made him fight him. So he had no other choice, right? So I was like, hey, you got to fight the number one contender, even though he had been out for like 2 years, which I was like, what the fuck? Like, but hey, those are boxing sanctions for you, right?
So he's been out of boxing for like 2 years.
Yeah, bro.
He was still the number one contender.
Yeah, and that should give you kind of an idea of what the 168 division is like.
Shit.
Yeah. So he did have to fight him. The one thing that I took from the fight, though, honestly, guys, is the fact that he is no longer involved with De La Hoya or the Zone to do his promotion or his promoting.
Yeah.
And you can tell him being 30 years old, right? And the reason why I say that is because in none of the other fights that he's ever fought before, he never came out with somebody rapping or singing or anything like that. He usually will come out with like mariachis. And you have to think about the fact that he always had people telling him what to do, right? As a boxer and how to portray himself, his image, right? So.
And the promotion for that company.
Yeah, so understand that he's not promoting himself, right? So I want you guys to kind of get with me on this. He's promoting himself. He's 30 years old. He's probably the pound for pound best boxer right now, period. Because he's pretty much moved up like 4 weight classes up and down and gotten belts on him. And he's trying to clean that division up. And he said he is, and he's keeping his word. So he's going to fight Billy Joe Saunders in May, who's a beast too in that division. It's just that those champions don't fight each other. They continue fighting people that are number one contenders that nobody fucking knows, right? So and that's why you're like, oh, who the fuck are these people? So you really can't blame him for that. He had to. But I thought that him bringing J Balvin out for that little concert showed a lot about what he can do for himself as a boxer, his image, and him promoting himself. So no, I do have one thing. It was cool. I thought it was cool seeing him like break out of that shell from the whole Golden Boy promotion and the good guy, whatnot, and you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And I thought that was cool. And it kind of gives you another side of him that we really didn't know about, right? So I would say it was pretty cool. He beat the shit out of him. The dude never had a chance.
I don't know.
It was a tune-up fight, so
I don't know what side. I don't know what side he's trying to show, but wasn't the fight on the Zone network?
Yeah, well, he got the Zone to show the fight for him, so he's promoting his own fights now. You see what I'm saying? He's got
some pull. He backed out of a contract with the Zone. He got a fight put on the Zone.
Yeah, he got them
That's crazy.
He sued them to get out of his contract, and he got them now to put a fight on him and bring J Balvin.
I know that.
And I was talking to my that night, and I don't want to talk about it more because I don't want to take much of your time. But I think he's coming out of his shell, on his social media. He be posting pictures of himself with like his Ferrari. He got a Bugatti, and you know what I'm saying? Like he be. I mean, it's.
Well, one thing I'll tell you, in my opinion,
it's an image that we didn't get to see from him. He got a tattoo in the back of his neck now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like Cotto. ¿Te acuerdas cuando Cotto primero empezó? Like I don't know if you guys remember when Cotto first he was real conservative when he first started, right?
Yeah.
And then he got that one tattoo, and then boom!
He just didn't have any money, so he couldn't afford tattoos. And now he can afford tattoos. That's what he did.
I'm sure he had money for tattoos.
Maybe that's what you do when you get money. You put some tattoos on you.
It could be an image thing too, because once you start winning and once you start elevating yourself, I am promotion. I am my own promotion. So let me put all this on so that way it shows.
with him bringing out J Balvin, and Mayeli said that the J Balvin concert was longer than the fight, but it's gonna be fun to see who his next fight, who he brings out, who he comes out and hangs out with. I mean, Mayweather did the same thing. Remember when he brought Justin Bieber for a fight, and then he brought 50 Cent? Like, think about it. Like, I get what he's trying to do for himself, because he no longer with nobody.
Look, but so, I want to cut you off. Look, man. I don't watch boxing for the performances and all that shit. I want to see a good fight. I could care less what Canelo does or what he brings out. As far as he can wear dashiki just like Mayweather wore mariachi shit. I can give two shits, man. Look, man, he needs to box. He needs to fight competitors, man. I don't give a fuck about. I don't care about his brand. I don't care about what he's representing. Look, man, he's fighting Billy Joe Saunders on Cinco de Mayo weekend, man. This fight needs to be epic. And as far as the I wanted to bring up the Charlo brothers too, because I think they're trash. I don't think they fought anybody that's worth them being on the level that they're at right now, whether it be Triple G they fight or Canelo. I'd rather see one or the other fight one of them two. That's where boxing needs to get to. They need to stop talking about the paycheck so much and let the fight speak for itself, and then a rematch can bring the money. We need some type of. I'm tired. We're all fans. We're not in the business. I don't know why everybody talks about. I don't care what they do for money. I want to see a show. That's what I'm on, man. Yeah. Everybody always talks about, well, they're not getting paid. That's why you're satisfied with that, because your favorite boxer or wrestler or whoever not getting paid this certain amount of money, so you're fine with not seeing them. I want to see these motherfuckers box. Yeah, or MMA or whatever.
Don't get me wrong. I'm saying, like, that too. I just kind of wanted it.
But hold on. But Canelo is the best pound for pound right now. I think he is too, and he needs to show by beating up everybody in his path and not moving around. Because the
I think now, like Bobby said, now that he has a little bit more freedom because he's not under that promotion, he's gonna have that opportunity to fight more regularly than he did in the past. Because in the past, he fought maybe once every 2 years, something like that. He fought twice a year,
like a regular boxer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, then I mean that's. It seemed like it was more. It seemed like it was more. It seemed like it was a while.
He's fighting 3 times this year, so he's fighting in May
under his promotion.
Yeah. He fought already, and he's gonna fight in May. He's supposed to fight Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah,
who's he has a belt on that weight class, the super middleweight. Yeah. And then he's supposed to be fighting Caleb Plant, who has the WBC belt on the super middleweight too. Yeah. At the end of the year in September. And he wants to clean out that division, and if he does,
and that's what I'm saying, that it's good. So that he does his own promotion, so that way he can do that. Yeah. Before with De La Hoya, it seemed like we weren't seeing him as much as we will now that he's doing his own thing.
Look, keeping with the boxing real quick. At the end of the Canelo fight, Ryan Garcia was a guest speaker, and he still predicted Tank knockout second round. What do you guys think of it? I think that's going to be the next fight. I think, unless did you post something earlier that Tank is fighting somebody from San Antonio?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think he might be. He might be moving up to 130 to fight that kid from San Antonio.
Who's that kid? One with the belt?
Tune-up fight?
Yeah. I sent it to you guys.
Yeah. It must be a tune-up fight.
We got it. I got it.
No, he's nice.
So this kid from San Antonio is gonna.
No, there's a kid from San Antonio with a belt.
Local boxers, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Must be him.
Yeah, there's a kid from San Antonio with a belt.
Mario Barrios, I think it's his name.
Yeah.
And he's nice, bro. Like, honestly,
so I'm fighting the pandemic.
He fought on the undercard of the Canelo fight too here in San Antonio.
Okay. So he's not going to be Tank, but he's a scrapper though. Yeah,
he'll give him a good fight. I mean,
what's his name?
Mario Barrio, I think it is.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yo, he won't quit on his stool. I know that
shit. Mario Barrio.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna quit on the stool. That's all I'm saying.
Boxer Barrio, Boxer Barrio. He's 26-0 and 17 knockouts. He's
that fight. when he won the belt
man.
here in town, the dude was just swinging and taking hits.
I love when
but he was smart about it though.
Yeah. I mean, if he does move to 130, I don't think that Ryan Garcia and him fight is going to happen. I told you guys that from the get-go. I think there's way too many egos
well, I mean,
for that fight to happen.
Yeah.
I wish it did.
But why do you think
wrong.
it's not going to happen?
There's too many egos involved, and
why?
Floyd Mayweather is promoting Gervonta Davis, and that's his catch cow. He ain't going to let him fight anybody where he's going to lose money off of that, bro. Come on now.
Word.
He won't lose money off of Garcia. You crazy?
If
Garcia probably make the most money
Davis,
instead of fighting a guy from San Antonio.
No, but I'm saying, bro, like, if Garcia beats Gervonta Davis, you don't think that Mayweather's going to lose money off of that moving forward?
After that, but
if he loses,
I'm hoping for the second round knockout, like Garcia says. But Tank is too strong, man. Tank is a beast. Tank is a monster. Come on now. You honestly think Tank's gonna lose Garcia?
I don't think Tank is gonna lose. I don't think so. But I don't think that Mayweather's
gonna
put a fighter.
That's a catch. So, but why are you gonna be pussy and not go for it? Why don't you fight the best? This is what I don't understand. Look, man, you claim to be the best, fight the best, man. Quit dodging.
I agree with you.
That's Mayweather's gimmick, man.
But
he was 10 years from now when he's got like 10 losses.
Because they're trying to make money, man.
Man.
Boxing
Each fight gives you money. If you know there's a chance to lose your next fight,
yeah, but
you're gonna. If there's a straight line to go to,
that's fine and dandy, but that's what you get in the business. Is risky. You can't play it safe all the time. That's what I'm saying. So all four of us are watching a fight, and one just says, "Hold on, I think he hit me too hard in the nose. I'm gonna stop the fight because I want to go. I need money my next fight. I need to be good for my next." Like, what would you say? Like, you just gonna accept it because he didn't want to break his nose? I mean,
no, true, but
yes,
but if you go,
come on,
if you go from one point to point B, true. But if you go from point A to point B, right? This is your best fight. This guy is actual a challenge, and you're gonna make, let's say, 10 million,
Ryan
right?
Garcia is not his best fight.
No. I'm just saying. Look, I'm just saying. This is how I think. This is how I think they would do it. I mean, shit, I might do it this way. Go here to here, best fight. I make 10 million. But if I can go the long way to that fight, I can make 20 million. You know what I'm saying? By fighting these little punk ass motherfuckers, but getting paid at the same time.
And that's what
then you get to your end destination.
That's what he did with Pacquiao.
And instead of making only 10, you're making 30. You know what I'm saying?
With Pacquiao.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, but no, I agree with you 100%.
It's just
from that business
but
perspective,
for fans, it sucks. Yeah,
right.
For fans,
so,
it sucks.
But why do fans are so into their pocket? Whether I don't give a fuck how much they make. This is why the Pacquiao Mayweather was such a disappointment, because everybody was like, they respected their decision, Mayweather's decision to hold off because when he was ready, and then no matter what it was, his pockets are getting filled, but we're losing out on entertainment.
Right.
I don't understand why y'all are so okay with that.
I mean, it's the same.
I really don't.
No.
I mean, it don't make sense to me. Fuck their money. Look, give us a fight and then make a round two, make a part 2, make a part 3, make a part 4. Then the money will come. But you gotta fight. It don't make sense for us as fans to suffer just so you can make money. We don't get none of that shit, man. We don't get none of their money. So why are we good for them? Fuck them.
Well, you know,
that's why.
Show me something, man. Where the
that's why we're business, right? So
we're getting them fights for free.
Entertainment business at the end of the day.
I don't pay for that shit.
Yeah, so
no, it is. But why are you worried about their business? Ain't nobody worried about your business. That's what I'm saying.
True.
Fuck them.
But that's why dudes. That's why dudes, whoever fight, whoever comes their way, that's why a lot of people like UFC. Because there's not much dodging.
No, I'm not saying fight whoever comes your way. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when the time presents itself and your next card should be somebody at this stature, you should fight him. You shouldn't back down.
No, right. But that's what I'm saying though. But like UFC and even in boxing, the dudes that just fight whoever's in next. And if you're next in line to fight the champ, and the champ is like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like the guys who don't duck.
No. I'm not saying
everybody loves them.
I'm not saying fight whoever. I'm saying fight the next best fighter. Like
No,
right
right.
now,
One contender.
fight
Yeah.
would be
Hey, this is the
Garcia
number one
would be right. Yeah, a contender. It has-
Yeah.
But that's what
I'm all for that. Don't fight nobody. No. Don't fight a bunch of Brooklyn brawlers. Don't do that. I'm saying fight the next one in line.
no,
Don't
right.
dodge him.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yes, you're
But
worried about
as a
getting hurt. Ryan Garcia is a good paycheck for Tank Garcia because of the hype. People will pay to see him fight Garcia because Garcia's talking shit. That's a hype fight. It might not be the best fight, but that's a money fight. And if Garcia wins, that's good for him. But if Tank wins, it's good for him. I don't give a fuck who wins. It's good for whoever wins at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, it's still a money fight.
Yeah.
If you want the next money fight after that, then win. Beat his ass.
Yeah.
But don't back down. Don't be a pussy. How many fights did we watch that we were disappointed because they waited so many years?
And this is
Come on,
why,
man. Mike Tyson didn't do that shit. Muhammad
This is
Ali
why,
didn't back down.
This is why I hate the fact that boxing has too many sanctions, too many belts, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they fucked up boxing that way.
Yeah, and even with that, with the belts, the association should be kind of like, guide, hey, you got the belt, you're a fighting champion. This is who's next.
This is fighting the other champion.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Fight this motherfucker, man.
But you got promoters that are involved, bro.
God
That got
forbid they
money
do that,
invested in fighters. And,
Yeah, I know.
But again, you're getting into politics with this shit, man. Who cares about them, man? And we're fans. We're not in the business. We need to see this.
Hey,
I don't give a fuck about a promoter, bro.
I'm with you, bro.
You're into the
I'm with
politics.
you all the
You
way.
know the nooks and crannies, but that don't make matters to nobody here. We're not in the business. Who cares? Fuck that. Make it happen. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
I agree.
Enough said.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. All right, so we just finished up the NBA, a little bit of boxing for you people, and again, we got June, we got Bob, but we got a special guest, G. We're missing two of our regulars and Nose, but we're gonna keep this thing moving, right? So we're gonna go into this cancel culture thing. What do you guys think about the cancel culture? I think, to me, it's a bunch of bullshit. I can't even say, like, I just want to go off so bad on these sensitive ass people in this world these days. These cancel culture fucking thinking everything's got a fucking message. It's racist. It's this. They're talking about black people. They're talking about white people. They're talking about Spanish people. Look, man, take your foot off the gas, man. Just relax. Just enjoy life. Not everything's a fucking racial joke. If I say the black guy over there, the white guy over there, doesn't mean I'm racist. I'm just telling you it's the black guy, or I'm telling you it's the white guy over there. But let's get into this shit about the Dr. Seuss books. And this has got to be the dumbest shit. We grew up off of Dr. Seuss, pretty much. I guarantee you, all of us in this room, or this little box that we're talking through. Yeah, you have. Bob, stop it. Maybe in Spanish. Come on.
No.
But we all came out fine, is what I'm saying.
They didn't teach us Dr. Seuss.
We all came out fine. Look, man, they had Dr. Seuss. I guarantee you they did in Puerto Rico. I promise you they did.
I know they had Dr.
Sweat.
I promise you they did. They had Dr. Seuss. You just didn't pay attention. I don't know if you want to be different or whatever. That's fine. I guarantee you they had it. But look, man, Dr. Seuss raised us. We were all brought up on Dr. Seuss books. Nobody thought anything about it being racist at all until 12:59 p.m. of the other day, or whatever the fuck. This is so fucking stupid. Why are they gonna cancel? And then on top of it, just six books. They're gonna cancel.
Not 7.
Why?
6.
Not 7, just 6. Like what? Like the Hubbard in the cupboard meant. It's talking about an Indian or black person. Like, really? Like,
So these
comes up with this stupid ass shit.
So these are.
I guess to me is honestly like I don't remember reading any of Dr. Seuss. That's just me personally. So
I'm sure you did.
I'm not saying that they didn't, and I'll take that back. I'm not saying that they didn't teach that in Puerto Rico or whatnot. I never really read them. I guess I need to educate myself more on why the reason behind it, and maybe I should read the books.
Or
You don't have to. It's a childhood book. I mean,
Yeah.
I think more it's the illustration of the book. I think they talk more about the illustration of the book of certain pictures that were in the book that. I mean, these books are old as dirt, you know. During that back then the culture was a little bit different. They weren't as diverse as we are now, you know, with everything. And however we saw a certain race or ethnicity, this is how we pictured it being. You know, to tell you the truth, before I came to Texas, I really thought it was gonna be cowboys and you know, Longhorns and all this other. That was my, you know, growing up, that was my thought of what Texas was. And when I got here,
yo también.
Yeah.
Yo esperaba caballos, vaqueros, ranchos y todo eso. And when I saw a highway, I was like,
I stayed in Lubbock. When we got to Texas, my dad was stationed in Lubbock, Texas for a year before he retired, and we moved to San Antonio. And that shit, man, look, a small town. I went to a junior high for like half a year called Friendship High School. Now, if this ain't the ultimate white country redneck type fucking school, but it was a military school. It was a military school. All the military kids went there. Then I went to the other half of the year. I went to Matthews Junior High for another half of the year, and that was all Mexican and no black people, no nothing. And man, if that wasn't the racist fucking school, they hated me because I was white compared to them. Like I'm like, So I never experienced racism in my life. Like,
so real quick before
what's going on here?
Real quick before I lose my thought, as an animation student though, you know, speaking of racist illustrations, this ain't gonna be the first one. I mean, Disney came out with a bunch of stuff during World War II that made Germans and Japanese people look wild. There's a bunch of Looney Tunes that they don't play no more because they had, you know, black people looking very racist too. You know what I mean? Like some wild shit. So I mean, I could see. I mean, I haven't seen the book, so I really can't talk about it. But now that I'm thinking back, I'm like, you know, it might be right. It might be something you might need to cancel. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't seen the books, so I don't know.
So my point is like as far as real quick, Bob. Sorry, but real quick, just like as far as going to like the Dr. Seuss books and you're going into Disney, this is something that nobody's ever put a finger on until probably the last 2 years, where everything became so sad. When like they took Aunt Jemima off the Serabato and they're canceling Uncle Ben. And all this, you know, cancel shit, it's ridiculous to me. They should honestly leave them on the products to embrace them, or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stop taking them off, and now you change the name for what? I mean, I could see like that. To me personally, it's not racist at all. I mean,
to me personally, I think it's good they're examining everything again, because there is a lot of racist shit. Remember, a lot of white people made all this, right? So Aunt Jemima,
but if it's in your face, racist, like yes.
Nah, but I mean,
that means hold on.
I think it's safe. I think it's safe to stay
take
away
Dr. Dre off beats.
I think I think it's safe. I think it's safe to stay away from any likeness of a culture. You know what I mean? Like call it whatever you will, but don't take the likeness.
Take Dr. Dre out. Take Dr. Dre out, but take Dr. Dre off beats. Then what? I mean, I don't see the I understand
his face is not shaped as
because
the
of the time frame,
as
maybe?
the headphone though. Nah, you know what I'm saying? No, it's like his face is not shaped as the headphone, like Aunt Jemima is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It could say, you know, Beats by Dre, fine, but don't make the fucking
that's not racist,
headphone like a black man face.
That's not racist because her face is on there.
But it's not. I don't think it's right either, though. You know, you could do without it, definitely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I say take a face off and keep the name. It's a tradition. It's paying homage.
Biggie, I think that there's a huge gap in how we grew up. We grew up in going to school and learning history, and history has never been taught the way it should have been. And I think people now are educating themselves to a point where they're like, yo, this shit ain't right the way that we've been taught history.
Yeah. It's not a whitewash no more.
No, I agree.
Especially American
it's a white history.
So let me finish, please, por favor. So there's a huge difference, right? Yo me crié en Puerto Rico. En Puerto Rico te enseñan la historia de Taíno. te enseñan la historia del africano, te enseñan la historia de los indios. And I came here from Puerto Rico, and I remember going through English and going through history, and it's like they skipped through that whole massacre when they massacred all the Indians in the United States. It's like they skipped through the whole slavery piece, and they focus on only certain things that it's an image that they want you to.
Yeah, the discovery of Puerto Rico, and so, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, but we're talking about the imagery and all that stuff, though.
No, it is, but people are educating themselves now, bro. People are a lot smarter than we were back then. People have a lot more access to resources.
Well, the internet
and stuff like that. So they're educating themselves. They're like, yo, this shit is. Some of this shit was racist as shit. And it needs to bring,
it was.
Right.
No. But my point is like this, everything that we've and we've been only taught white history and only what they want us to know. And there's truth behind truth behind truth. We don't know everything.
True.
We don't know. We got to keep digging. We got to figure out, in our opinions, which is the truth and which is what we believe in, which is the truth. In other words, but what I'm saying is, when it comes to
regardless of the matter,
facts,
right? So,
but like you said, one man. Hold on, Bob. One man's truth is not necessarily truth. That's what you said, right?
Right.
So we don't necessarily know the exact, because we're just reading what people are.
No, but true.
No, if I tell you that, if
there's historians,
if I tell you, no, hold on, because
we don't.
What I meant by that, hold on. What I meant by that, if I told you that Donald Trump election was stolen, and I keep telling you that, and I keep believing that, does that make it the truth or no?
That's right. It's false.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Somebody's truth doesn't make it somebody else's truth. Because to me, because Donald Trump thinks that his fucking election was stolen, don't make it the truth to me. Because the fact of the matter is that he didn't win the elelection. So that's what I meant by that. You know what I'm saying? So it's
but what if you but hold on. But what if we find out years later that But what if we find out years later he did win the election? What would you say then?
Yeah, but I'm not going. Not going.
No. Then you change it.
Hey, we got two different truths. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
what would you say
now? But just like people,
you know what I'm saying?
Just like people now are finding out that this shit is racist. That's why they're changing it. You know.
No. Okay, let's get back to the Dr. Seuss. But hold on, Bob. No. Hold on. Let's get back to the Dr. Seuss books and like what G was talking about as far as imagery and all that stuff, and with Walt Disney and all that. Let's get back to that. Yes, because we were, Disney does have a lot of stuff that was stereotyped racially, right? Racially stereotyped stuff.
A lot of
a lot of stuff. But when we were when we were growing up, we didn't see that. We didn't. Of course. Like I grew up I grew up around people. Like when I came to Texas, the first time I experienced racism, I didn't know that. Even watching all the.
But true, but they also weren't talking about you. But remember,
you also
they also weren't talking about you.
Was real until you were like probably 6 or 7.
So when they did the thing in 1942 about the Japanese, before they put them in those internment camps, when they saw that shit, they're probably just like, wait, hold up, what the fuck is this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know we're going to war with my homeland or whatever, and they're in America, so I'm guessing they're. I'm sure they're fine with America, right? Or else they wouldn't be there, right? Yep. So they're just like regular Americans, but at the same time, they're like, "What the fuck am I watching? Like, what are you trying to say?" They were put in
concentration camps during that time too, bro. And I think that's people forget. Like, and again, Biggie, like, I'm not trying to knock you for anything, bro. All I'm trying to say is that we grew up in an era where like a lot of stuff wasn't provided to us, bro. Like. And the older we get, obviously, the wiser and the more wisdom you learn, right?
Yeah, and I think now you got access. You got access to everything. Plus, you have people who are you're gonna find people same mind, thinking the same thing, going in the same direction. It was like, we want to find out what the actual truth is.
Okay. And
I'm not German either. Look, man, I'm not German either, but I know what happened over there with the Nazi shit was fucked up. I mean, that's just put it like that. But all I'm saying is, not everything is racist. No, I'm just saying you guys are trying to put it on me like I'm not because
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
that race. I don't see it like that. That's not the case. I have friends of every culture. Trust me. Growing up, I
Yeah.
didn't see it because I saw everybody as equal. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And when me and my friends watched it, I'm telling you, I had black, Spanish, Chinese, white. We were all watched the same shit together, and nobody saw the shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
No,
what I'm saying. I'm not.
yeah.
No, I agree with racist is racist. If Walt Disney has racist shit, which I know they do, then by all means take it off. But I'm talking about the cancel culture where they want to just now all of a sudden dissect, go in there and dissect all this information, all these movies. Oh no, Walt Disney's racist in 1960. Look, man, don't bring up bullshit. Just from here on out, just don't make racist shit. That's basically all I'm saying, man. Like, look, and the past is the past. You can't change the past. Look, man, you just can't fucking do it, bro. It's not gonna happen.
True.
I'm not racist at all. I
true.
I can't say nothing about the past because I'm not a part of the problem. If anything, I'm part of the solution. Because I see everybody as equal. I don't see you as any different from me. If you're black, white, Spanish, Portuguese, fucking Chinese, Japanese, I love all you because you're just a person. I don't care where you're from. I want to know what you. I don't want to know what you're about.
I would agree. With that, but they keep showing these old things that are racist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's good to pick them apart now.
No, but you don't have to watch it though. Right, I understand that, but you don't have to watch it either. Like that's the problem too. Like,
imagery is strong, bro. Imagery is strong.
Racist, if something's racist,
so let me, hold on. Before you go any further, let me tell you something because look, okay, so you have shows, right now that have cussing in it, and you got all these people that are like, oh my gosh, you need to cancel the show. It has fucking language that is offensive to me because they keep cussing on the show. What are you gonna tell that person?
It's not the same.
Don't watch the fucking show. No, I'm not talking about the racism. No, I'm talking about like just in show in general. Like it's similar to that. Like, but yes, they need to take it off air if it has to do it intentionally racist. But you do have movies about racism directed by minorities too that are directed at racism, and they keep coming out with these movies too. So is that the same thing as a white man doing it, or is it, I mean, they're trying to make history. They're trying to make movies about racism. Like you're gonna tell you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But at the same time, it needs to be educational. They can't just keep coming out with what happened to Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali and in Japan with the Pearl Harbor shit. Like, you can't just keep coming out with this shit because
I think there's
you're watering it down.
And I think I get what you're saying, Biggie, by all means. And I'm not saying that you're a racist. I don't think anybody is, because we know you for a long time. And it'd be really weird. It'd be weird shit. Like if I don't know what you're
don't know.
dumb to cancel
I've
shit.
had my suspects about.
Suspicious. What I'm saying though is that there's
suspicious, man.
Yeah, you seem a little suspicious tonight.
I don't know, man.
What did you say?
live in New Jersey now, so
what did you saying?
No. I'm just talking about the cancel culture and all. That's all.
And I want to give you guys an example, right? Like because the whole cancel culture is getting taken out of context. You know, cancel culture is about.
I think it's good.
I think it kind of is. So, like, I think it's good. I think there's a whole bunch of military bases that are named about over a bunch of racist generals that had slaves and all that. That's cancel culture to me, right? Like, we shouldn't be celebrating people that had slaves. That's
absolutely
defended having slaves, right? And all that. And so
you hit it right there. We shouldn't be celebrating.
Exactly, and exactly, and I think that's where.
So I want to go back.
So I want to go back, Biggie, and I want to go back to where the whole cancel culture thing is, right? Because I think people get that the whole thing out of they blow it out of proportion, right? But at the same time, there's a meaning behind it, right? Like this stuff that was during that time was racist as shit. So why are we teaching that to our kids, right? Like if you knew something.
No, I agree.
So if you knew something, right, that was racist, and you're like, man, a kid probably shouldn't be learning that, right? Like, I shouldn't be listening to that. You're probably gonna be like, no, you probably shouldn't be listening to that, right? And I think that going back to the whole word cancel culture is getting blown out of proportion. So canceling culture to me is canceling all those slave owners that are fucking celebrated and all those names on businesses, merchants, people that are making money off of it, statues of black. That to me is cancel culture.
Yes,
And
absolutely,
absolutely.
absolutely.
If it represents
and
slavery
just to
and
jump on your shit,
segregation
Bob.
to me, now
Just
I'm
to
good
jump
with
on
it.
your
Get
shit,
rid of it.
Bob, is that let's just say, right? Like any good business, which America is a business. Don't fool yourself.
No,
You know
yeah.
what you do with your business is you do what you do for a minute, and then go back and look at what you're doing, fix what's wrong, right?
Yeah.
Get it better, and then keep going to make it better, leaner, stronger. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So this is just one of those moments. We're going back, looking back, reflecting on America, and like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of shit wrong here. Cutting it out, making it cleaner to move on to the future. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see a problem with none of that shit.
No, that's obvious. But my thing is you. Yes, take out all the slave owners statues. Take all that shit down, and start a new teaching in schools and stop teaching them white history. Teaching them about pure American history when it comes from African Americans to Indians to Irish and Dutch and you know, people that came to this country. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to get into the details,
all that
though.
shit.
Details.
You know what I'm saying? But don't. Right, but don't. My thing is, don't just. Okay, you're talking about Dr. Seuss. This is the whole thing brought up on Dr. Seuss. And
that's fine. He has a bunch of other good books.
Canceling 6
he has
of
a
his
bunch
books.
of other good books. I mean, that's fine.
But that's what I'm saying. So he has a shit ton of other books. Like, so
we're not going to miss those 6
because
books.
they felt like
right now. They start dissecting those other books.
No, that's fine. But
Pero si son racistas, son
we're gonna. I want to start looking at all these other books. I want to know, like,
you should.
Okay, so,
and you know what? If you find something that you find offensive, then you're like, damn, man, like this shit is fucking weird shit. And man, I can't believe I read this shit when I was little, and I believe in it.
No lie.
You should say something.
So Bob, what would you do if you found a book that you found offensive right now?
I would be like,
quick, just real quick.
I'm 40 years old. I'm a lot smarter than I was when I was 10.
Real quick, before I forget.
What would you?
Go ahead, G.
I'm just saying.
Real quick.
Come on, Biggie.
Real quick. I went to a liquor store here in town. I'm not gonna say who it is, and there was a tequila, and it was called Maria Chango, bro. Juan, I'll send you the picture of that.
Maria ¿qué?
Like, what
was it called? Maria Chango?
Maria Chango, or something like that, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I looked at it, I was like, hell no. I was looking around like, is anybody else seeing this shit? Everybody just walking by and all that. Yeah. I was like, wow, hold up. I took a picture of it. I went down. I was like, yo, I went to the manager. I was like, yo, what's this, yo? Oh, it's from Mexico, blah, blah. I was like, yo, y'all can't be selling this shit, man. Like, look at this. Look at this, man. I had Keisha with me, too. It was the bottle, bro. It was a black lady that looked like a monkey with huge red lips. And that was the bottle, bro.
That's racist. See, now...
But
yeah, that's racist.
I said something.
That's very racist.
That drops the line for Biggie. Hey, G, Biggie's like,
that shit
draws a line, huh? Nah, but guess what? I said something.
But that's obvious shit.
No, but listen.
Yeah,
I said something.
I hope not. That's fucked up.
I'm sure someone else said something.
Oh shit!
And that they don't sell that shit. I always go look for it. You know what I mean? I should have bought it, man. Be like, yo, look at this wild shit. But
you would have been the racist.
I'd have been those dudes that collect. I'd have been those dudes that collect racist.
This just in: racist man buys tequila bottle with a black woman that looks like a monkey. Yo, this racist guy. We're about to interview him right now.
He's coming out. He's coming out the store right now. Let's catch him. Hey, sir, excuse me, sir.
Sir, how dare you, sir?
I'll be wearing a white tee that day too, right?
Grab your brown paper bag. So many different situations that we can speak on this same subject. I've been reading the The War Against All Puerto Ricans. If you haven't read it, you know, it's a little bit of history. And, yeah. It's very, I guess, it's wild, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then is that the one that explains? Is that the one that explains how the Puerto Ricans went from PR to New York one in the beginning?
Yes. And then there's also.
So I start. See that, and that's the thing. This is a whole nother subject, but like how Puerto Rico and New York are like this.
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans from the island need to know this shit just as well as Puerto Ricans from New York need to know this shit. Like there's a reason. There's a bind. And anyways, but look, enough said. But I just want to tell everybody on a serious note, whoever's watching, please do not accept racism. Do not take what you read for what it is. Like you do your research. Do not stand for racism. We are all one. We are all equal. I stand for equality. I stand with Colin Kaepernick. Literally, I will like America is everything to me. We live here. Look, man, we all need to just come as one, and we need to abolish this whole racism thing. We all need to be one person. No matter what culture you are, what race you are, what nationality you are, however you want to look at it, man. We are people at the end of the day. But
speak up though. But motherfuckers need to speak up though.
Yeah, we do. And I love every call. Anybody that knows me knows that what I stand for. I have no problem with nobody. I love what I do for a living, and I come in contact with all types of people, even aliens. Just putting that out there. I've got a fucking alien.
Damn it.
But on a lighter note, man. But enough said. That's a very sensitive subject because I really do. I care about people, and I really do wish the best for people, and Moving on to the next subject, man. We got this thing called COVID out there. It's a big pandemic going on, and if you ain't got your flu shot, your COVID vaccine yet, at least one or the other, then you're kind of out the loop, so to speak. But let's talk about this Texas and Mississippi opening up 100%. Yeah. What do you guys think about this? Because you guys are in Texas. What do you guys? What are your thoughts? I'm over here in Jersey, we're still at 15% capacity.
Hey, if somebody don't know about COVID by now, you've been living under a rock, man.
No, but in all seriousness, you're gonna have your folks who are gonna just go out and get do whatever, but you're gonna have a lot of people that I think hopefully the most will still wear their masks, still keep distance, as usual, business as usual. But it is kind of concerning. I want to see what happens in the next 2 weeks, especially with Texas spring break is next week, and then everything opening up. I don't know. It's very suspicious that it came in the same time as spring break. So
spring break.
I find it extremely suspicious that it came right after we had a blackout in San Antonio or in Texas because of the winter storm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to get into politics. I really don't want to. Because you guys know if I get into politics, it's going to fucking turn into a whole fiasco.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, so it's just funny. To me, it's really funny. I want people to be safe. I want my family to be safe.
So
when I go out,
Bob, real quick, I'm not trying to stop you, but
you're not trying to stop me, but you're stopping.
Let's just talk about the basics right now. I know. I said I don't mean to, but look, we're gonna keep it like this. 100% open up. What does that mean? What does it mean as far as because Texas to me has been open. You guys have been open for damn near 4 or 5 months already, man. He just announced it and took off the mask thing to add it as kind of like another sucker punch to you guys in Texas, as far as you don't have to wear. So now when you go out, it's not mandatory to wear. I'm sure it's going to be up to businesses. Yeah. But the whole thing is with it being 100%, politics aside, are you gonna still do your part, even though you know you can still go out 100%?
I'm gonna still wear a mask. My kids are gonna still wear a mask. And I'm gonna go out and go hang out with 100 people at a bar and shit like that because I just don't think it's just safe yet. So that's my opinion on it.
With your
and
family.
Again, I think it's politics why he's opening. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Possible.
Right. G, go ahead.
I mean, you know what? If he would have said this shit in August, you know, after the regular people who are not 65 and up or who don't have condition, you know, when the regular people can start getting theirs, and it's been a minute since the regular people can start getting theirs, then yeah, sure, you know, that might make sense. You know what I'm saying? But right now we're only doing 65 and up. And I think they just announced today or that the teachers and all that's going to get theirs, you know, maybe this week sometime or next week. And that's it. Bro, it's too soon. You're going to give all these people who don't want to wear a mask anyways more incentive to not wear a mask and spread that shit around and be assholes.
And that's
go ahead, Juan.
That's something the issue that businesses are going to have. If they still try to push their own policy within the business, there's gonna be people coming and it's like, no, I don't have to do it. You know, governor told me that I don't have to wear it, whatever. It was like, all right, then, bye.
Yeah, but the government don't own my business, so
right. You know? And the businesses
can
do
at the same time, they can do whatever they want. They have the right, but at the same time, a lot of business because of that are probably going to lose a lot of business, and that's going to hurt them. So eventually, at the end of the day, you know what's going to happen? Just fuck it, just come in, and it's all the workers in that whatever store, restaurant, bar, they're all going to be wearing masks. You want to come in with no mask? That's on you. But
guess what? Any business that's survived this long during the pandemic, you're doing something right though. You know, they're not going to lose. They might lose a little. Bet you they'll be fine though. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If the people who lost their businesses, man, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that. And the people who are teetering on bankruptcy, then yes, they might just be like, "Fuck it, let's do it." But most of the businesses that are open, they survived. They adapted and had to do what they did. They ain't gonna change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
maybe a little here, a little there.
But a lot of these restaurants were still like 75% before they made it 100. What was the percentage? I mean, think, man, like they want. You know, there's not a big difference. I mean, unless you're a club or a bar or something, that's where it's going to affect the most. Like,
yeah.
I mean, if you haven't gone out to a bar or club till this point,
I haven't.
Then that's the thing. It shouldn't even bother you that they back up 100% because you haven't been doing it, which people have been doing it, and that's their problem. Like that's what they want to do. Like me, if I was there, I'd probably be going out. I ain't even gonna lie. I'd be out, but I'd probably be wearing a mask.
The people doing it,
that's just me.
Circulate through this city and get the spike going again. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to get to that level no more.
Exactly.
We're trying to get down.
We're trying to fucking cut this shit off.
You know what I'm saying?
We're trying to get to normalization.
We're about to get locked down.
Hold on.
Again.
You guys are not gonna get locked down again. And stamp this time card because I guarantee you guys will not get locked down again because again, I follow Doc Brown's, I follow Burnhouse, and all these clubs like this and bars and restaurants are open before he even announced it. This is like 6-7 months in the making. They've been open. And where the numbers at that you guys are worried about? You guys are not worried about it.
No.
You guys are not worried about it.
In Jersey, by the way. This guy lives in Jersey, by the way. They're only allowing
no one said they weren't open.
Capacity, bro.
Right? No one
they're only
said
allowing
they weren't
50% capacity, bro.
But you think him saying that there's no mask, that people are gonna stop, or they're gonna keep social distancing? Hell no, motherfuckers gonna be on top of everybody again.
No.
You know what I mean? Nah, it's gonna.
My point is like it hasn't changed. The clubs and bars have been open. If you look at like I said, I follow
no one said they weren't open.
But
though.
I do talk to people. No, I know, but they're open. That shit was.
But they're not at 100%.
Bob, do you follow these people? Have you been out to the club? But have you been out to the? Have you seen like a picture or like a video?
I don't know. I guess. You
Yeah.
in Jersey, you
I'm in Jersey, and I'm telling you what I see in San Antonio.
Are they nuts to butt all these clubs and the bars?
Yes, they're like packed. I mean, look at the videos. Look at the videos of Doc Brown's and Burnt House, for instance.
That's funny.
And look at the videos. You'll see they're pretty packed.
Biggie moved to Jersey, and he's still in the club and bars in San Antonio. How the fuck that work?
I've been following them.
No, are you still in the club and bars here, bro? Come on.
I've been following them. Over here is dead. I ain't got to say. I'm
Thursday
over there.
Thursday drink special.
I fuck with you. Hey, salute, motherfucker. Salute.
At the end of the day,
I'm gonna wear my mask and I'm gonna take it off when I drink. That's it.
Wait, hold on.
Nice.
What was that? You wear your mask? Word, that's what we're saying.
Take it off when I
Gotta
drink.
wear the goddamn mask, bro.
That's what we're saying. Wear your mask. Be responsible.
That's what we're saying.
I never said that. I never said not. I never said not wear the mask. What did I say that?
We're talking about Abbott, though. We're talking about Abbott. Abbott's like, nah, fuck the mask. Like, fuck is he talking about?
No. But no. That's what. No. I said I would.
That's what we're talking about. You gotta wear the mask.
I don't want to wear a mask, but I would wear a mask.
Right.
No, I never said not to wear a mask.
We're not talking about you though, but we're talking about the opening of Texas.
Our point is that it's gravy right now. Fantastic. We're only averaging 300 people a day.
True.
As soon as they open all these bars, all this shit, and no mask
allowed.
Without
the mask mandate. No mask.
2 semanas.
The mask mandate fucks you up, bro.
Recuerda que te lo dije.
It's up to you. It's up to you guys to stay home and curve it.
No, puñeta. Claro, puñeta. You fucking speaking no shit, Sherlock.
Stay home. Make a difference.
Tú eres un mamón, bro.
Make a difference, Robert. Make a difference, Robert. Hey, just go to your sister's house and your brother's house and go to the pool. They can't get to the pool.
Motherfucker, you can't go swimming right now. It's cold as shit.
On the same subject, we said we're going to discuss the vaccine. So what was it, Biggie? Having the vaccine being mandatory for you to possibly travel, or
possibly they're gonna make it to where you have to show like proof that you're vaccinated to maybe travel or even get into some establishments maybe or something like that, I believe. But right now I think it's more for like travel, like kind of like a passport for vaccines. You got to be vaccinated in order to travel, supposedly. I don't know if this is hearsay. I don't know if this is absolutely 100% true. So this is just rumor right now. This is, I don't know if this is real, but I mean, what do you got? Me personally, I think it's dumb. I think the airlines are going to lose a lot of money if they do mandate this, of making this something to travel, because I mean, there's a lot of people out there that don't want to get the vaccine for their reasons, and they have their reasons, and it's validated. Like they have their reasons because that's their choice. You can't. It's just like going the flu shot. They ask me every time I go to the doctor, "Do you want the flu shot?" No, I don't want the flu shot. This shouldn't be any different.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
You should be able to fly regardless.
It's going to be difficult to make it mandatory.
So
because
what do you guys think?
Yeah, you're going to bring religion into play as well, because there's a lot of folks that, you know.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, and exactly. Crazy. So that's going to create even more of a issue if they can't travel, or you know, if your religion says, you know, you're not taking any medicine or whatnot, and you can't travel. That's just not. It's not right. It's not right. And it's like the flu. They're not checking if we're getting the flu every year, right? Who's checking if we're getting the flu every year?
And apparently nobody has died of the flu in like the last year and a half. So I don't know where the people with the flu that are.
Yeah, because motherfuckers dying of COVID, motherfucker.
No, they're just not reporting.
They kind of COVID, man.
Show me the numbers.
They are, bro. Go to the CDC.com and you see all the fucking flu vaccine.
CDC.com.
No.
That's.
And listen,
I'm not
at the end of
even
the day,
gonna get into that.
if they do pass that law where you gotta show that you got a fucking shot for the vaccine, at least when you go to fucking China, you ain't gotta get an anal swab. So boom, I'm good with that.
Hell no.
No. You planning on going to China?
No, I'm just saying, if you plan on going to China and you can get a piece of paper that says you got the flu,
yeah, different
swab.
Yeah, different countries are going to have their own guidelines, own policies as far as what you need to go into that country. We can't control that.
Imagine going to China and you got to get an anal swab, but you got the COVID.
To me, showing your shot record just to fly makes no sense because you've been letting motherfuckers fly this whole time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, all right, let's man. Like it's the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
That don't make no sense.
Yeah, no. And I mean, what are you gonna do? Laminate your fucking thing so the ink doesn't rub off?
They're gonna
carry that shit in your wallet.
I was talking to my doctor. I was talking to my doctor about that. I said, so she's like, you get a thing, whatever, showing that you got the flu shot. I mean, the COVID shot. So I said, well, what do you do? She's like, I carry it with me all the time. And I was like, so you think I should laminate it when I get mine? She's like, yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, maybe. This is gonna be like some shit. Like, what the fuck? I mean, like, now I gotta carry my ID card with the fucking COVID. Man, fuck that shit. Yeah. I'm gonna carry this shit around, man.
And I know
motherfuckers with a laminated social security card, so the same shit, right?
So if you mine's like rotting away.
That's what I'm saying. I know motherfuckers with laminated social security with rips in it and shit. It's all laminated. Fuck out of here.
So imagínate, tienes que enseñar la jodida foto de la jodida vacuna esa y tienes que chichar que te va a preguntar esa mujer.
Whole video.
Wait, I need the video. When you get the shot, I need the vaccine.
Yeah, here's the video.
Think about how that's gonna escalate. No.
Yeah, and the condom.
I'm married. Married, but I'm just saying, if you're single and you're trying to get with
young
somebody,
dudes got it rough.
Sucks to be young.
Be like, you got the COVID vaccine yet? No,
te jodiste.
Sorry.
Hold on. You said what? So have you got the vaccine? I'm gonna be like, man, come on, I believe you. Like, you don't got it.
Enough said. Good topic.
You're like, I believe you.
Be like,
got cold sore and shit.
Hold on, real quick.
My doctor gave me the vaccine. Dr. Seuss.
Hold
on, man, real quick.
Yeah, some racist white man. Dr. Seuss gave me the vaccine.
Esa vacuna, Juan, esa vacuna la firmó el Dr. Seuss.
Like, I'm my doctor.
Yo, imagine the signature, yo, with like backward S's and shit.
I'm gonna send a shout out. I gotta send a shout out before we finish. I missed you guys. I know I've been gone for about 3 weeks, but feels good to be back. And G, thank you for joining.
Hey, next time your vagina hurt, Bob, just put a tampon, bro. The Lakers small, man.
Yo te llamo a ti, pero tienes que traer la vacuna de COVID.
Yeah.
Signed by Dr. Seuss. Enough said.
Signed by Dr. Seuss.
Hey, Juan, when you edit this, can you do the McDonald's? I mean the McDonald's, the Mickey Mouse.
Mickey,
do the Mickey Mouse. How do you do it? Do the Mickey Mouse.
This episode
Mickey Mouse.
Bye.
Yo, for this one.